We have had a huge couple of weeks in the market, so congratulations if you have been hanging in there. We started off this year with an awful couple of months in the market, but in the course of just a few weeks, we are back to where we started, almost as if it didn't happen. There is still a chance that this escalates once again, but for now, the market seems to think we are out of the woods regarding the Iran war. Before we start, I'd like to let you know that I will be starting a new stock pick challenge that any viewer can participate in. Stay tuned to the end for more details and rules. Well, I'm excited today because I'm finally back to being green on the year. I am now up about 7% on the year, which is crazy since I was down 20% just 3 weeks ago. A lot has happened this year, so let's dig into it. Since I've got a lot to report, I'll go chronologically through all the plays I've made over the past few weeks. On April 1st, I sold all my AGNC. I really didn't have that much to begin with, just 50 shares, and I don't want to be this fickle about my investments in the future. I just thought long and hard about it, and I want to be invested in positions with a higher upside potential. That same day, I got rid of my 2 Robinhood leaps that were weighing me down and bought 150 shares of Grab. Grab was very discounted that day, so I started buying it up. On the 2nd, I bought back one of my Hood covered calls. As we started to get into the first week of April, it became more and more apparent that things in the Middle East might be cooling down. Both sides became much more interested in negotiating and making a deal. Because of this, I started to position myself accordingly. At first, I was just expecting us to stop going down, but we ended up going up very strongly. So on April 6th, I made some bigger moves. I bought some more Grab, leaps this time. And you and I will both be very glad that I bought back my Nvidia covered call. Very good timing too on this one, since Nvidia has not stopped going up since then. This was my best covered call this year so far, netting over $700. I sold another Venture Global call the same day since they were up again, almost priced at over $1,000. I bought back my Nano Nuclear covered call. I bought even more Grab, and I even bought another Rocket Lab leap. As you can see, early in the week of April 6th, I started to reallocate just in case the market started to rally a bit, which it certainly did. On the 8th, I sold another Venture Global call and invested more into another Honeywell leap. I also bought some more Grab calls, bought back one of the Zeta puts I sold, and rounded out my Zeta shares to 100. That Friday, I had to buy my way out of my SoFi covered call, which was just barely in the money. Even though it didn't expire worthless, I still made a decent profit with this one. That next week, I bought back another Zeta put I sold for roughly the same price I originally sold it at. I did this so that I could reallocate into another Rocket Lab leap. $100 strike price expiring in 2028. I sold out of all my Nebius shares since the stock had a few massive days in a row, becoming super overextended. And on April 15th, I sold my last Venture Global call. I ended up timing this pretty well as I wanted to be out of all my VG calls roughly by the end of the war. I sold a small Nvidia covered call just for a little bit of premium and started a brand new position in Palantir with a leap expiring a little over a year out. Finally, I had 2 paychecks pass, so I added $2,000 into my account. Currently, that puts me at only one covered call, that Venture Global way out of the money. I am still positioned to capture as much of the upside as possible, but I will be looking to sell more covered calls soonish once individual names get overextended. Man, that was a lot over the past few weeks, and I guess I could just summarize all that by saying I did really well. And I expect many of you also did well, figuring the market put up a great showing. In fact, we are now quickly approaching a big milestone, that being the 6-figure mark. My account has never been over 6 figures, so we might have to have some sort of special episode for that occasion. Although I might be jinxing myself for bringing that up too soon. I'm still over $10,000 away, but with the way the market is moving, being up $14,000 in a week, we could very well be over $100K very soon. Honestly, what a great way to start off the series. We started with just a taste of green before 3 months of red, setting us up for this wonderful comeback story where we now find ourselves up to 88,000 after almost reaching the 50,000s during the worst of it. I couldn't have written a better story. Anyway, if everything goes well, that will be the last time my account is in the red through this entire duration of the challenge. Knock on wood. Before I end this episode, I would like to introduce a new challenge as part of this series. I am challenging you to pick the stock with the best 1-year performance starting on May the 4th. If you'd like to participate, please comment the stock you'd like to pick in the comments below, and I will check back in a year to see whose stock has the best performance, and the winner will receive a surprise prize. Only one ticker allowed per person, and only one person allowed per ticker. And they are first come, first serve, so if anyone has already claimed your stock, you will need to pick a different one. And that concludes this update. I hope you have a wonderful day.